This is take 2 of this episode because I forgot to talk about a lot of things in the first take. So, take 2. Let's do it. Hello, dear friends, and welcome to episode 3 of the Dear Friend podcast. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. And if you're a new viewer, hi, I am Eden. I am the owner of Yarrow & Co., which is my online store where I sell my paintings like these ones and my handmade polymer clay charms, which you can either use as a progress keeper for your knitting or on a charm bracelet or whatever you please with it. You can find me on Instagram as YarrowMail44, and you can also find me on Ravelry as YarrowMail, and you can also find the podcast knit group called the Dear Friend podcast group. And yeah, nothing's happening on there right now, but I hope to use it to start knit-alongs and fun stuff that we can do together, and especially in this time of just staying home. We've got free time and plenty of knit time, that's for sure, that we can just have fun together. So this is the second take of this episode because the first one I forgot so much to mention, but that's okay. I can always do it again, which I'm doing right now, and I have plenty of whips to show you. No finished objects still, but I have one new whip that I started, and yeah, I probably shouldn't have, but I did, and I feel no regret, that's for sure. So let's get started in showing off these whips. So my first work in progress has some good progress on it. These are my Mrs. Weasley's Family Socks by Molly Klatt of A Homespun House. And they have heels. Yay! So, yeah. This is my first time doing 2-at-a-time socks, and the first time doing 2-at-a-time socks heels. And I just did a short row heel, which is my favorite heel because it's really easy to remember, and if you get distracted, that's no biggie because you don't lose your place, and so it's less stress doing heels. But yeah, that's the pattern calls for a heel flap and gusset, but I did the short row heels. And this colorway is Barbie from A Homespun House. And this is Lupin. Whoop, there's just needles everywhere. But yeah, this is Lupin from Dragon Horde Yarns. And I'm loving this combination together. These socks are for my boyfriend. And yeah, so I'm knitting the biggest size in the pattern, and I even went up 2 stitches so that I know that these are going to fit him, because when I knit socks, I always knit them too tight. Somehow, no matter what I do, they always end up too tight, and I really didn't want to have these socks for him be too tight. So what I did was I added 2 stitches and I went up 1 needle size to 2.25 millimeter, size 1 US. And yeah, so they got heels, and I'm very excited I'm so close to being done. I mean, I still have the leg to do, but just gotta blaze through it, and then I'll put on the cuff, and I will do the cuff in Barbie as well to just tie it all in. And yeah, so I love these colors so much. If they were in my size, I would keep them for myself, but I will be good and finish them for him. I'm very, very excited to have those off the needles and be able to gift to him. And I'm keeping this in a bag that my friend Sarah made me that I love so, so much. It's such a happy yellow and black, which right now is my favorite color combinations, is yellow and black, because my Hogwarts house is Hufflepuff. I'm a very proud Hufflepuff, and so black and yellow, those are our house colors. Coffee. My favorite beverage of all. And I probably am too much of a coffee addict, but I like coffee. So my next whip, and very excited to show the progress on this, is my Red Moon sweater by Born and Raised Knits. It is coming along so well. Oh, it just makes me so happy to see the color work coming together. I'm almost done the first chart, which is this section right here for all the little moons, and then I'm going to move on to the big moons, and I'm going to do it a short sleeve just like in this photo, because if it's short sleeve I am more likely to finish it because I have terrible sleeve syndrome on sweaters. I have 2 sweaters that only have one arm. I should probably get back to those, but I'm too distracted by how fun this is. I'll finish this sweater first probably and then get back to those. But the main color for this black color, is Schmutzerella Yarns Omega in her Score Sport Weight base. And the contrast color is Vine Yarns Solstice on her Footsie base, which is a fingering. And I have gone, dropping stitches. Don't drop stitches, people. Yeah, I had gone up a needle size because for my size, for my bust size, there would be no positive E's in the sweater. And I did want it to be a little roomy, but not huge. The next size up was way too big. There was too much positive E's. So I decided to knit my size and just go up a needle size, which worked out really well with this sport weight yarn, and I don't have any see-through or anything. And it's going to be so nice and drapey because it's still quite light. I'm doing this on Knit Picks size 4mm, and this is like the Caspian wood. Yeah, so I can't wait to have this done because I love this sweater so much. I'm really enjoying doing color work. It keeps it interesting in projects, and I will definitely be doing more color work sweaters. Once I finish this, don't worry, I've already casted on an extra project, which I will show next. The charm I have on these socks is one of my own charms from Yara & Co. And this is, my goodness, this is a pumpkin smoothie. It's got a tiny little pumpkin on it with whipped cream and the pumpkin shake and green glitter cup. You can find this in the shop right now. It's a fun little add-on to my socks as a contrast. So this is my newest cast on. I know I shouldn't have. I have way too many whips, but I couldn't help myself. And I'm keeping it in my brand new project bag from Beautiful Sisters. And it is so awesome. It's got unicorns, so adorable. Yeah, so in here, I started a pair of ripple butt shorts by Jessie May, who is the same gal who wrote my ripple camisole pattern. But there's a shorts pattern, and if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I am putting together a knitted outfit that is inspired by Wonder Woman. And so this is going to be the part that represents like her skirt. And I'm going to have a drawstring in the waistband that is going to be gold to look like her lasso. So I've just got the waistband finished, which is I knit this section, did a purl row, and then I did this 1x1 rib and then knit those two together. The pattern calls for a provisional cast on to do this, but I didn't feel like learning how to do a provisional cast on. That was too much for my brain. So I just did a long tail cast on and picked up the loops from the cast on, which is fairly simple. Like, it's not too hard to do. And it worked out pretty well. And for this, I'm using Nano Stitch Lab in the colorway Sally Ride. And I'm holding it with Knit Picks Stroll Glimmer in the color J. And it hits it almost spot on of the Wonder Woman blue. Yeah. One of my favorite things to do with any project is to hold two strands together because I like the marled that I get from doing this. It's so much fun. Oh yeah, and I'm doing this on size 4mm needles. Again, Knit Picks Caspian. Yeah, so that's the first start to my Wonder Woman outfit. So excited to get that together. I'm gonna pair it with my Little Secret crop top, which is also by Jessie Made. I'm gonna do that in a red to be Wonder Woman's top, the corset sort of style. And then I'm also going to crochet the Wonder Woman wrap by Carissa Browning as my big Wonder Woman add-on, and I'm so excited to get that going. But butt shorts to be finished first. No more extra cast-ons of whips, hopefully. But I will show you the progress on my ripple camisole. So I haven't gotten much progress on my ripple camisole because I don't know, I just didn't work on it that much, but I'm keeping it in this bag that my mom made me one year for Christmas. It's got like teddy bears and just this fun green pattern. I really like it. It's perfect for this size project. But from Marvin right here up, it's the little progress I got on it, but I love this yarn. It's so, so pretty. This is Ginger Snap Yarns in the colorway Book of Spells. And it is a fingering weight on their Zesty base, I believe. Or is it Zest base? Either one of those. Yeah, this is the Ripple Camisole by Jessie Maed. I'm obsessed with Jessie Maed patterns right now. They are my absolute favorite, and I want to knit them all. But yeah, Marvin here, which is a charm I made. And you can find him in the shop along with Deep Thought from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And I'm doing this on size 3mm needles, which is smaller than what the pattern calls for, but I really wanted this to have like a nice tight fabric so that I wouldn't get any see-through and I could wear this as an actual tank top without having to layer too much underneath. So, what else did I talk about? Oh yeah, I went up one size from what I would have been because I went down a needle size. So far, so good. Like it's such an enjoyable knit. Like I love ribbing. I'm one of those people that just loves ribbing. So this is right up my alley in projects. And if you wanted to knit this, you don't have to knit the ribbing. You can just knit straight. And I'm definitely going to make another one of these with just knitting. I'm curious to see how that looks. But finish this one first. It is so great. Oh, I can't get over how much I love this yarn. Yeah, it's coming along. And I hope to have this done in time for summer when the sun comes out, which is not today, but typical weather for around here. I think clouds should social distance too. Like they can be around, just keep some space. Let the sun shine through, come on. Last but not least, I have my Songbird mittens, which I have been working quite a bit on. I've gotten some progress from like the thumb gusset there. Yeah, I can even put it on. I put it on an extra needle so I could show you guys on my hand. Oh, I stopped in the middle. Of course I did. But that's okay. The yellow is Yellow Canary by K-Zip Knits, and the brown is Patton's Croy Sock in the color Cowboy Colors, which is turning out really cool because it's like ombreing as I go along. And I love, 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 love this pattern. It is creating such a awesome look with this yarn, and it's super easy to follow. I've never done color work mittens before, but I'm loving this pattern. You can kind of see the bird's legs are forming. And yeah, I'm doing this on, where's the numbers? 2.75mm on DPNs. When I do another pair of these, because I'm definitely going to knit a pair for myself, I am going to do this magic loop. The DPNs are perfectly fine. They're working out pretty well. But sometimes you get a little pucker in between your needles, like you can see kind of right there between these two needles. There's a slight pucker, but once it's blocked, you won't be able to tell at all. So that is okay. Yeah, these are from my mom. They were meant for her birthday, but I didn't get them done in time. So I will get them done soon. Maybe Mother's Day. Hopefully Mother's Day I could possibly get maybe 1.5 done. Who knows? But I love this pattern. It's super easy for beginners. If you're wanting to get into color work mittens. And I'm keeping it in my Harry Potter bag. Ooh, it's a little crunched up. Sorry. that I got from a market. It was supposed to be a makeup bag, but I wanted it to be a knitting bag. And got my Harry Potter Prophecy glass ball. It's a pin that my aunt got me, and it works out perfectly. And it holds my knitting really well, which is awesome. And if, I don't know, showing off that I keep all my projects that I lug around with me to every room. I just walk around with my knitting with me in this giant basket that I have no idea who makes them because I lost the tag. But if you know Molly of A Homespun House, you know that these are the fair trade baskets, and it's in this beautiful green. Green is another one of my favorite colors. I love so many colors, but green, yellow, and black. It's pretty little turquoise here. Oh, sorry. And it's perfect for somebody like me who has 1,000 whips and take them everywhere. Yeah. So that is all my whips. Another thing I would like to talk about is, if you remember from the first episode, I showed off my Bits and Bobs blanket by K.F. Jones. And I was knitting that out of my Dragonheart Yarn Hogwarts Advent Calendar from last year, and a Ultra Alpaca from Barocco, and they were both fingering weight. But I had gotten the Ultra Alpaca from my mom. That was extras from her stash. And there was definitely not enough for a blanket. So we had to try and find some more of it, but they don't make it anymore. So we were looking for a substitute. And Carla from Knit 2 Yarns was able to find me a substitute. And I love this yarn. This is, I'm going to say this wrong, but Illimani. I don't know, but she found me this yarn from Illimani, which is 85% organic cotton and 15% baby alpaca. It's made in Peru. It is so soft and light, and it's a perfect match to the yarn from before. I am so excited to put this in my blanket because it's gonna make it so soft and almost drapey. Like, this is gonna, you can feel that it's going to be drapey because of the cotton in it. So thank you so much, Carla. She is so sweet and knows what she's doing with yarn, that's for sure. And yeah, so I can't wait to start working on my blanket again and get this in the blanket to see what the fabric's going to be like. But that brings me on to tomorrow, April 25th, is International Local Yarn Shop Day. And during these times, be sure to remember your local yarn shop, because they are being so wonderful in shipping everything and helping people get the yarn they need to knit during this time. And so be sure to support your local yarn shop during this Saturday. We don't have a local yarn shop here, but we shop with Carla from Kamloops, Knit 2 Yarns, Wet Coast Wools in Vancouver. Sorry, those are my brothers. And Saltwater Pearls in Campbell River. Yeah, just support your local yarn shop. And even if you don't have a local yarn shop, there are so many that you can find that are working hard to help all us knitters through this hard time. And thank you so much to all the local yarn shops. It's amazing what they are doing. So yeah, I am so excited with all my whips. I am set for the rest of quarantine, that is for sure. But I will not cast on any more projects, hopefully. I might be a liar. I need a project warden someone who can make sure that, no, you finish this first. Do you have a project warden? If you do, who is it, and how do they make sure that you don't cast on anything else? But I will try and be good and finish these whips. And yeah, they're all wonderful patterns, wonderful yarn. It just makes me so happy to knit and just, yeah. So I think that's it. The paintings behind me, they're all done by me, and you can find some of these in the shop, either in the gallery, or some of them might actually be up there. But yeah, this one and that one are in the gallery. This one's brand new. I had gotten a palette box, which is a art subscription, and this month I had gotten this black paper with these metallic paints. My goodness, my brain. But yeah, that's so much fun. I have another one that I'm going to be putting in the shop soon in black paper. And this one I did a very long time ago when I started out painting. And my nebulas. And I hope you like this background. I have been testing out different backgrounds with this podcast. Like, you've seen me in a different place every time so far, but tell me what you think of this one. So far, this one is my favorite because I love having my art behind me. I can get distracted by it, but my art makes me happy. And you do what makes you happy, especially in these times where it's knitting, painting, whatever just makes you happy. And so thank you so much to hearing me ramble and seeing all my whips, and I hope you're having an excellent day, and I will see you in a few weeks. So goodbye, dear friends, and happy knitting.